Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel. The Vatican is often called the paradise of eternity, where every corner is considered blessed by God. When it comes to the Vatican, we immediately think of magnificent palaces, enchanting architectural wonders, and beautiful gardens like Eden. Although it is the smallest country in the world, the Vatican still holds many interesting secrets waiting for you on your journey of discovery. From Michelangelo's artistic masterpieces to great churches and peaceful gardens, the Vatican is not only a religious center but also a cultural and historical treasure. Every step here brings unforgettable experiences, making you feel deeply connected to both the past and the present. Prepare for an emotional journey and discover the wonders of the Vatican, where every corner holds incredible stories and legacies. Before going into the content, remember to like and subscribe to support the channel. Before we begin our journey to explore the Vatican, let's clarify a little about its name. The Vatican, officially known as the Vatican City-State, is a sovereign state with an area of only about 44 hectares, located right in the heart of Rome, Italy. The population often fluctuates above 1,000 people. When mentioning the Vatican, many people immediately think of the Vatican Holy See, but in fact, the Vatican and the Vatican are two separate entities. The Vatican is simply the term for the territory of the country with its citizens. It is an independent administrative unit. Meanwhile, the Vatican, also known as the Sede Apostolica, not only represents the religious and political organization of the global Catholic Church but also conducts diplomatic relations with other countries. Simply put, when we talk about the Vatican, we are referring to a specific place. In contrast, when we refer to the Vatican, we are talking about a religious and political organization headed by the Pope, who represents over 1.2 billion Catholics worldwide. Both entities have separate administrative systems. For example, official documents of the Vatican City-State are issued in Italian, while those of the Holy See are primarily written in Latin. The Vatican issues diplomatic and official passports to religious officials, while the Vatican City-State issues ordinary passports to its citizens. These differences not only paint a clearer picture of the Vatican, but also highlight its unique role in both global religion and politics. Let's continue exploring to better understand the richness and diversity of what many call an eternal paradise. The Vatican flag, with its distinctive design and profound meaning, is one of the most prominent symbols of this small country. The flag is divided into two parts, yellow and white, reflecting the fusion of religious and historical elements. In the middle of the white part is the papal coat of arms, consisting of the two keys of St. Peter and the papal crown. The two keys, one gold and one silver, not only symbolize the spiritual power of the Church but also represent two precious metals, gold and silver. These details not only have symbolic meaning but also show the connection between the country and the noble religious values. Although the design of the flag dates back to the early 19th century, it was not until 1929, when the Vatican officially became independent from Italy, that the flag was officially recognized. This is a testament to the important change in the history of the Vatican and the confirmation of the sovereignty of this country. The Vatican flag is not only a national symbol but also an integral part of the cultural and religious heritage of the Catholic Church. When you look at the flag, you not only see a beautiful design but also feel the depth and meaningful history behind each detail. The Vatican, despite being a small country, has a unique financial and administrative system. It not only has its own banking system but also prints its own euro currency. The Vatican also has its own national postal system with its own stamps, its own radio and television stations, special license plates, and even exclusive passports. However, the Vatican's tax system is not yet complete. To maintain the operations of the Holy See, its embassies, as well as the costs of papal trips, the preservation of ancient structures, and charitable activities such as giving gifts and supporting churches, schools, and healthcare centers, the Vatican needs hundreds of millions of US dollars each year. For a small country like the Vatican, making money is a challenge, but in fact, the Vatican has many significant sources of income. The main source of finance comes from donations from believers around the world. In addition, the Vatican also earns a significant amount of money from the sale of books, museum tickets, stamps, and souvenirs. These activities contribute significantly to the Vatican's economy. These facts not only highlight the uniqueness of the Vatican, but also show how a small country can maintain its activities and influence globally. Keep exploring to learn more interesting things about the Vatican. When it comes to the Vatican, it is impossible not to mention the Swiss Guard, a symbol of history and honor. This army has served the Pope since the early 16th century and still plays an important role today. Although they no longer participate in battles, their mission today is still very important, protecting the gates of Vatican City, the Papal Palace and the castles. Becoming a member of the Swiss Guard is not easy. Candidates must meet a number of special conditions. They must be Swiss citizens, Catholics and at least 1.74 meters tall. Although their mission seems simple, the Swiss Guard always maintains a majestic and dignified appearance. Their uniforms, with their bright colors and unique designs, also contribute to creating an unmistakable impression. In addition to the Swiss Guard, the Vatican also has the Italian Guard, which plays an important role in protecting the gardens and providing close security for the Pope. The Guard works closely with the Papal Guard on papal trips, ensuring the Pope's safety when he leaves the Vatican to travel to other locations in Rome and throughout Italy. These troops not only ensure the safety of the Vatican, but also contribute to highlighting the elegance and authority of this place. If you have the opportunity to visit the Vatican, be sure to take a close look at these soldiers. They are not only brave guards, but also custodians of a long-standing part of the history and traditions of this small but great country. The Vatican, a small but mysterious country, has been a historical and political hotspot for centuries. In the mid-19th century, when the popes refused to recognize the authority of the Italian government, the Vatican became one of the states within Italian territory. During this period, Pope Pius IX, who declared himself a prisoner in the Vatican, did not leave the city and refused to recognize the authority of the Italian government. The Italian army had to guard St. Peter's Square, while the popes did not appear in public and refused to bless them. Another interesting story related to the Vatican is the existence of a secret passage. Known as the Passetto del Borgo, this passage once connected the Vatican to the Castle of the Angels along the Tiber River. Built in the 16th century, this secret passage was used by the popes as an escape route in emergency situations. St. Peter's Basilica, a prominent symbol of the Vatican, is also steeped in a moving history. Located on the site of an ancient cemetery, the basilica was built on the spot where St. Peter is believed to have been laid to rest after his execution under Emperor Nero in 64. St. Peter and the Christians were executed by crucifixion, and the basilica now houses the tombs of St. Peter and many other Christians. The Vatican is famous for its secrecy and mystery, despite the fact that many locations in the city are easily accessible. This secrecy is not only part of the Vatican's culture, but also attracts great attention from the global public whenever confidential information about the Vatican is leaked. This information often creates shockwaves and arouses strong interest from the outside world. The Vatican is not only an important religious site but also home to many interesting and mysterious historical stories, making any visit here a journey full of discovery and wonder. You might be surprised to learn that the Vatican, the smallest country in the world, has the highest crime rate per capita. Interestingly, most of these thieves are not residents of the Vatican, but tourists from all over the world. However, the Vatican has no prisons and only one judge. All cases are transferred to Italy for handling, thanks to a special legal agreement between the two countries. The Vatican and Italy have signed an agreement that bases Vatican law on the Italian legal system, but adds its own provisions such as on abortion and divorce. This means that even if a case occurs within Vatican territory, it will be handled in Italy. Another interesting fact is that, despite the Vatican's small size, embassies and consulates from all over the world cannot be located there. Instead, these diplomatic missions are built on Italian territory. More than 100 embassies from countries around the world are located in this area, according to a cultural agreement between the Vatican and Italy. Even the Italian embassy in the Vatican is located on Italian territory, creating a unique and interesting feature for this country. These facts not only highlight the uniqueness of the Vatican but also add mystery and charm, making anyone who learns about this country feel truly interesting and attractive. When you come to the Vatican, you will discover the only place in the world where you can read the letters of the popes, a tradition that began in 1881 under the reign of Pope Leo XIII. This precious heritage of the Vatican is no longer a mystery, but has been opened to the public to visit and learn. This is a great opportunity for you to admire the letters of the popes over the past 1,500 years, a great way for the Vatican to connect with the outside world and let the world understand more about itself. Thank you for accompanying and following the story of a special country, the Vatican, the smallest place in the world with a population size even more modest than an apartment building, but containing countless interesting things and one of the most powerful figures in the world. If you find this story interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest videos. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.